Peace, love, prosperity, abundance, self-love, self-care, wisdom, knowledge, patience, understanding, all the four corners of the earth standing, grand rising and grand. Oh, look at my hair. It's curly and it's still long. Grand rising, and we are rising to the top. We are rising to the top. Man, this is my nose. And the camera, because of the lightning, is so dark. You can sometimes when I go like that, it's only right there. Grand rising, and we are rising to the top. We are rising to the top, and we will forever and ever rise up to the top. Family, when you start your spiritual journey, you're going to hear this a lot. You attract who you are. Like everything that you've been attracted your whole life is who you are. It took me a long time, and I say this a lot. Spirituality is a journey. You don't get to your destination. You don't reach destination. You probably get to your destination when you die. But for the fact that the soul is still in the human body and having a human experience, if you are going through the awakening, you're going to continue going because every day is a learning process. Something will change. You learn different things. I had to pause the video because I was hearing music. I don't want the music playing in the video before YouTube. Already me and them, we don't meet eye to eye. They will give me copyright claim and all this stuff. But anyway, it's a little nice outside, and then the music, I live by the busy street. Sometimes you hear all kinds of music. And yeah, you hear that, you attract who you are and where you are, all of these things. You will hear that. But as you proceed or you continue pushing through your awakening, you will get to the realization and then the understanding that who you are is a beautiful energy. Who you are is the breath of God. You don't have to, but at this point you should know this. You know what I'm saying? That you are something that is inside his body. This is just a vehicle. This is a house. I'm moving this. My mouth is moving. I'm blinking my eye. I'm moving my hands, lifting my head up, doing this. I mean my head, doing this to my head. That is because there's life inside of me. That is because of the breath that God gave me. The breath that is inside this house, this spacesuit, is what is making me move. When God takes that breath back, everything will stay like this. Do you understand? So what I'm trying to say is that who you are is a beautiful light. It's love. That is who you are. Most of the time you hear people say, I disguise myself because I wanted to know if you love me for who I am and not what I am. Now, what you are is what you attract. What you are is the programming that society has implanted in your brain. What you are is what your mama and your papa taught you when you was young. What you are is the things that you saw growing up in your surroundings, in your environment. You probably saw abuse, people abusing each other. I grew up fighting. There was a particular neighbor that would always come for us, and we don't say nothing. But one day my grandmother said, enough is enough. When they come here, I need to fight back. If I take myself and my family from fighting back, my neighborhood people fought. In high school, when I was in school, I fought. Yeah, I fought. I was one of them people that fought. You understand? When I came to America, in my high school, kids fought all the time. All right? In your neighborhood, you probably saw couples abusing each other. Right? You probably heard grandfather SAing a granddaughter. You see movies. The things you see is what makes you what you are. So what you are is different from who you are. Now, we are not attracting who we are. We are attracting what we are. Because what we are is the makeup the society has put together to make us. That is what we are attracting. You watch a movie, you see a man abusing a woman, or you see a woman abusing a man. Your brain, your mind is like a recording tape, a cassette. It records it. It records it. Listen, when you go through your awakening, let me tell you something. All this voodoo don't work. It's a tape. The tape has your brain has already taped it. You have to go back and reverse it. That's what we call shadow work. Yo, I have done so much healing. Yeah, you people don't know. That's why sometimes I look at people and I laugh. Your brain has recorded the event. If you don't go there and clean it up and replace it with something positive, it's gonna keep going and it gets bigger. You grow up. Who in their mind wants to date somebody who in their right mind wants to be with somebody who put hands on them? Hear the English. Who in their right mind, senses, consciousness want to be with somebody who will maltreat them? If you are somebody who wants to be with somebody who will maltreat you, it's because your mind is not right. So all the people that listen, you sign a contract to come here. The people that you've met, you were supposed to meet them. It's not by accident. It's not by coincidence. It was meant to happen. But you see red flags and you ignore the red flags and then you proceed to go into that danger. That is what you are. So that is what you have attracted. You cannot sit here and tell me that these videos that you watch in all your relationships, even the job, there was this job that you wanted, but something was telling you this is not a job for you. But they called you, they gave you the position and you went for it. That is what you are. Not who you are. Who you are was the one that was giving you the red flag, like, hey, this is not a job for you. Who you are is when you was trying to get into that relationship with that guy, the who you are was telling you this is not for you. That's why you get the red flag. This is not for you. This is not who you are. This is what you are. This is what society says you should take. Look at our music nowadays. Bitches and then they're funny, and then they're fat ass, and then they're BBL, and then they're titty, and then titty. That's not who you are. That's what you are. This is what our music is showing us. This is what our movies is showing us. That beauty sells. And so now, you want to go look beautiful, get the titty standing ovation, get the ass pumping up, super big, so that you can attract that person who is only coming in for these. They're not coming in for who you are. Who you are is the person that's inside this spacesuit. What you are is the outside makeup that society has made you. So I had to break it down for you. People don't love you or don't like you for who you are. You are not attracting people because of who you are. It's what you are. Nobody in the realm I want to sit there and say, I want to attract a woman who will get married to me and then get pregnant by another man and let me raise another man's kids for 30 years. How many of you men literally go to sleep at night and say, God, I want a wife, but I want a wife who ain't going to be faithful to me. I'm going to be faithful to her, but she going to cheat and bring me another man's baby to raise. Do you pray for that? No. But some of you have attracted a woman like that. Why? Because your subconscious watch something. Be mindful what you watch. It's seeing, it's going on in your environment and it's picking it up. You are a magnet. Okay? When you put a magnet in see, I grew up in Africa. We used to play in the sand. When you drop a magnet in the sand, it collects the rocks, these little rocks, it collects them. You understand? So the real you can't see because the real you is the magnet. And the magnet has collected all these sand and soil and rocks. So you can't see it. When people are coming to you, they are seeing the rocks. They're not seeing the magnet that is inside. So you are not attracting people because of who you are. You are not. Who you are is what gives you the red flag. What you are is what you go in for. You understand? And so when we say that you attract who you are, it doesn't mean that you're like who you truly are, the beautiful light inside of you is attracting rapists and liars and cheaters. No. Another thing, nothing happened by accident. Some of the things that we experience is because it's in our soul contract that we are meant to experience that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about things that your soul will tell you don't go and then you go the other way. Your soul will tell you don't go there, go this way. And then you're like, nah, I'm not going this way. I'll go the other way. So you don't always attract who you are. You attract what you are. It requires a lot of work. That's why they always say when you learn to do the inner work, you will finally attract that inner being. Not everybody came here to be with somebody. Maybe you've been doing the inner work, everything, and you're still not attracting that person. Maybe in your contract, you didn't come here to be with anybody, like as in a relationship. Okay, you will have friends, family, everybody, but maybe you didn't come here to be in a relationship. That's why. All right. So yeah, I hope this video makes sense. You don't attract who you are. You attract what you are. Who you are and what you are two different things. Love me for who I am on the inside, not what I am on the outside. Thank you for watching. One love, African kisses, and give yourself a hug.